Hello, everyone. We have reached the lesson for day 4 inside week 1 section. And I'm going to go over it with you and tell you what is expected of each lesson. So, again, we have math to start, social studies, science, and ELA. Then you will go ahead and do One Eye Excel today, which is just math, U11. And we added some PE today, so grab your family members and have a little dance off to the Go Noodle I added below. Okay, so I just wanted to direct you really quickly to the ELA section right here. You notice that there are questions here. Question 1, go ahead and read it within the lesson, but the lesson tells you to explain your response. So I want you to go ahead and go to your Class Dojo to-do list. And on the assignment dated for April 3rd, you're going to see a little video camera. Go ahead and click record, and you are going to present to me your argument or your opinion. For question 2, I believe there are 10 questions. So after the quiz, just let me know how many you answered correctly on quiz number 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on in. I already have my windows open, but you can go ahead and click on this link and it will take you to your assignments. Again, like I said, you start off with math. If you are eating your breakfast, you may not want to read this. It is not nice on the eyes. So, but that's what some people's diets consist of. So, what do you do? So, this is an example of what you are going to do. Okay? Again, we're working with fractions, and I want to go ahead and walk you through question 1. It asks you which one represents the question. Now remember, when you're doing fractions, the denominator will always tell you how many segments are in the number line. So you can't say 1 here. This is the segment 1. Not this line. It's not the amount of lines you have. It's the segment. Okay, so remember that when you're answering this question. Same thing here. When you proportion it, make sure you are focused on what the fraction is supposed to be. Okay, so that's it for math. Go ahead and write down your answers. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. Okay. So this one talks about cities and how they're named. And here's an example of a map of the U.S. with a few of the selected areas that are in there. And here are your questions. It says to watch the video below, and based on what you see in the video, make a travel poster that describes and shows what Pie Town has to offer. So this is very similar to a travel poster, but I wanted to show you another one because when you hear the term travel poster, I think of Disneyland and the maps they give us to show us where all the rides are, which is similar to it, but I don't want you guys going in that much detail. So here's a simple one. This one talks about ancient Greece. And if you don't know anything about ancient Greece, you'll see that they have a Colosseum. This is where they do the Olympics. And there was a famous individual named Socrates. So they also have a few bullet points here that explain it. So you design it whichever way you would like to do. Listen to the video and make sure you pull out what they're actually talking to you about. Okay, that's it for that one. Then we have science. You guys thought we were done with cats? Not quite. So this one talks about tools that have been inspired by animals. Okay, so at the end, again, it always tells you to watch the video. And they want you to draw an invention on a piece of paper, making sure to label the materials you use to build something that will help an animal. So I will give you an example on this one. I have fish in my house. And one thing that always bothers me, or not bothers me, but I wonder, they don't have eyelids. So how do they sleep? Well, I figured out usually when they're just hanging somewhere without movement, they're probably asleep. So my invention would be to invent fish glasses. Okay, not just any glasses, sunglasses. And I would put it on the corner of the tank, and I would make it so the fish could just swim on in there and have his eyes shaded so he doesn't see any exterior light. So that would be my invention from nature. Okay? And second, you make a poster advertising your invention. What problems does your invention help solve? So mine would help solve the amount of light that goes into the fish tank. Sometimes we leave our lights on in certain rooms, and since I have three fish tanks, one of them may always have light. So that would be the problem it solves for me. Okay, and why people would want to buy it? Well, I would probably say you would want a much happier fish. Okay, so have fun with this one and be creative. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. Lastly, it's your ELA. I spoke to you about this one earlier. This is the one that requires a video. So after you're done reading the article, it's going to tell you, it's going to ask you, what do you think? Are youth sports too intense? Using information you learned in the article as well as examples from your own life, film a short video where you explain your opinion. So if I remember my students' hobbies correctly, I know I have a few that are in karate, uh, baseball, football, basketball, softball, and I want to say I have one ballerina in the class. So use that information from your own life or take details from the article to help support your opinion. And you might want to think about what you're going to record first so you could jot some notes down and then go ahead and hit record. And number 2 is a quiz from the Modern Museum of London. It finds out which painting shows your perfect sport for you. So this is kind of fun. It asks you questions like, what do you prefer, this, that, or the other? So it's a short quiz. Go ahead and click on this link to take it. Let me know what your results are and what it says. Okay, and that is the end of this day. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be following up with several of you tomorrow. And again, the question is here for ELA, just in case. Question 1 is a video recording, and question 2 is just the response you got from the quiz. All right, you guys have a great night.